Hey, what's going on guys, Tech here. So today I'm going to be making a little Reina overview of the new changes that she's got in Season 2. And she's got a lot of changes that like impacted her gameplay a lot. So I want to make a video to, Reina players about the changes she's got. Because she plays very differently now. I think it's important to know, what she does differently and what new things she's got. So we're going to start off with her new low. And the input for it is forward neutral 4. It's a bit of an awkward input, but yeah, this low is actually really good. And it really helps with a lot of the weaknesses she had in season 1, and that's like basically her lows did not have any high crushing or like safety. Like, so for example, the only high crushing low she had in season 1 was down 4, and this is a low that's minus 15 on block and minus 4 on hit, so you get no reward, no damage, and it's launch punishable, so not very good for high crushing. And obviously her other lows just don't have any high crushing, so there's that. She can finally like approach opponents with this low, especially with its range, so she can approach opponents, don't have to worry about keeper attacks like electrics, so very scary to deal with. So she's got that. And yeah, so minus 12, why this is really important is because her other lows were like minus 13 or higher. So you got Slicer 4 minus 13, Down Back 4 also minus 13, Down Back 2 minus 16, and Health Flake minus 23. So you see her lows are just not safe at all. And like this is really important because like aside from 13 frames is where like characters get really insane while standing punishes. So being like what, minus 12, it keeps you quite safe. Most characters will get like a little while standing for, so characters may get a bit better. But yeah, it's just relatively just a safe low to use. You're not gonna get punished out for it, so that's really good. So what this low actually does on hit is also really good. So show here right now. So as you can see, aim automatically goes into the Sentai stance. I'm not pressing anything, so yeah, it goes into center and you get plus frames alongside with it. And because we're plus 3, we can actually do some frame traps. So you got Sentai 3 and Sentai 2. Sentai 3 is 12 frames first, and Sentai 2 is 13 frames. Those are frame traps, and obviously you can mix these two up. If the opponent tends to duck Sentai 3, you can do Sentai 2, safe mid. So it's a really nice situation on hit, and it's even better on counter hit. So we're going to show you the counter hit properties. These counter hit properties are really nice. So you see that we're plus 13 and against a like really big stun, and because we're plus 13 into Sentai, we now get guaranteed follow. So same thing, Sentai 2, Sentai 3. So I say Sentai 3 if you want to go with heat, you want to get that 1 extra damage and just, regain recoverable HP. And then Sentai 2 for, just the mid, and also, we're going to talk about it later, it goes into stunts. So if you want to do stunts mix-ups. So, she's got that, like, the low is just really good. You get a big reward if you, crush highs and then get a counter hit, you can approach people easier. But I'd say the only, the caveat to this move, like the only weakness it has is the fact that it's steppable to both sides with like a little tiny sidestep. Well, I think that's fair enough. That's a weakness that Reina's always had, is just tracking. And if this was like, if it had any tracking, it'd be pretty broken, honestly. So I don't mind that being a weakness. You just gotta be aware of it. Alright, so we're gonna talk about her new stance transitions. So Reina's got a lot of new stance transitions. Sorry, a lot of characters getting stance mix-ups. They're going crazy with it, and Reina's no stranger to this. She's already had this kind of gameplay with Pod 2, into Sentai. So she's already a character with stance mix-ups, stance transitions, but like they increased it even more. So she's got new transitions, and I'm gonna show that here right now. So she's got 2 that go into Heaven's Wrath, and that's Sentai 2 and then 222, which is a similar move to Sentai 2. It's got the same animation. So if you hold down, as you can see, I go into Heaven's Wrath. And why this is really good is because Heaven's Wrath is a really scary stunt, I think, for mix-ups. More scarier than Sentai, because with Heaven's Wrath you have a homing unbreakable wrath that you can do, and then you have a range of like mids, like really good mids, like Heaven's Wrath 2, Heaven's Wrath 3, 4, and Heaven's Wrath 3+4, so you have a lot of mids. And also, you don't have to do those moves. You can cancellate it. You can cancel it into a crouch slash and do like a hell sweep or something. So you don't even have to do those stance options. Like the mix of potential with this stance is really good compared to like Sentai. So that's why I think these transitions are really good and like really like throw off your opponent, and especially after Sentai 2, because this move, although it's plus 8, you know, you're left in neutral. Say if you want to do a mix-up, like, I feel like you don't have a lot of frames, especially, like, this move doesn't even frame trap. Forward 4 doesn't frame trap. Also, if you want to do a hell sweep, your opponent can just sidewalk to the left and just sidestep it. Whereas with Sentai, with the Sentai into Heaven's Wrath, you can really enforce the mix-up and shut down a lot of the options, you know. You can really, like, limit them. So that's why I think this transition's. And also, like I said, what was it? So we had, just take off counter hit here. So Sentai, we had the low into Sentai 2, that's more pressure, so that makes the low even more scary. So those are the Heaven's Wrath transitions, and she's got other transitions with her other stance on Soku. So this stance in general has been buffed quite a bit, and this is probably because Reina players didn't really use it in season 1, and especially after this move got nerfed. So this is on Soku 4. It's a safe mid. It's a safe mid that goes into heat and is a launcher in when you do a heat dash. But the thing is, it used to have high crushing, and it got removed in one of the patches, which just made Reina players like not use the stance at all. Because a lot of Reina players like to do this setup forward 2. You press down, go into Onsoku. If the opponent does a jab or like some kind of high, you do Onsoku 4, goes completely under it. So it was a really nice setup, but they got rid of it. But now it's actually back. You can high crush it. So that's one buff they've done to the stance. Also, the new low I was just talking about, you can do it by pressing down 4. So you see here, it's the same low, easier, but you have to do forward neutral down 4. You just press down 4, it's the same exact low. So yeah, the stance is like being buffed quite a bit. So we're gonna talk about the Onsoku transitions. So she's got 2. She's got 1, 2, 2. So if you press down or up, this is with all of her transitions into Onsoku. Down or up, she goes into it, and you can see she goes from 0. So this is normally 0, 1, 2, 2. But if you press down or up, she actually gets plus 7. So this is pretty good. Although this technically isn't frame trap. Onsoku 4 is 18 frames. People will really press here anyway because you have to free up the low, and you can also do a crouch dash just like Heaven's Wrath. So it's a really good. It's actually a really good stance now. They've improved it a lot. I really want to experiment with this more. You know, I'm like thinking, should I use this over 1-1-2? This is like the staple. And this is like the staple mix-up stance. But yeah, it seems like the developers really want you to start using this stance now. So I'm really gonna try and incorporate this into my gameplay. So that's one Onsoku transition that she got new. And the other new one she got is from Sentai 1. So... oh, not Sentai 1, Heaven's Wrath 1, sorry. So... we're gonna put it on counter hit. So what you do is you press up and down, just like the other transition. So what makes this like really good is the fact that you see when I go into the transition, I get plus 18. And I mentioned before the move on Onsoku 4 is 18, so this is guaranteed on counter hit. And why I think they did this is because they nerfed this move, Sentai 1+2. So you guys probably are aware in season 1, if you're in heat and you land Sentai 1+2, you get a heat dash with what's it called? Heaven's Wrath 2. So you get a heat dash, and it's also a combo. So you get a really big reward for landing that move in heat. But they actually got rid of it, so I'm gonna show that here right now. So if I land this move, I'm pressing forward as you by my inputs. No heat dash, like they just got rid of it, so you can't do it anymore. So that's why I think in compensation they gave this little buff. So instead of going into Sentai, you're gonna press down, go into Onsoku. Let's do the combo. There you go. So it's basically the same thing, but in a different stance. So that's another way of the devs being like, hey yo guys, can you use Onsoku more? By making it better. Use it please. So there you go. That's how you can get a launch from that now. So yeah, it's a really good stance now. Alright, so another buff that they gave to Reina, I was actually quite shocked by this when I read the patch notes. It's Heaven's Wrath 3+4. So this move is a move that it's from Heaven's Wrath. It's a big power mid. You can see on hit. Knocks them down into a guaranteed CD3. A lot of damage. It's fairly fast up, I-18, and it's got a lot of range. It does a lot of things well, and it also has a decent amount of tracking. But the thing is, it was -5 on block. It's not punishable, but technically -5 means it's not your turn. But what they've done, and I'm not sure why to be honest, is that they made this +3 from -5 to +3. They made it from not your turn to your turn. And especially, it's really good because it's +3, not like +2, like forward 4. This is a move where you can't really enforce your plus frames. Like, you don't have enough plus frames. You can't do a downward 1 frame trap. Whereas with this move, you can. And also, you see the pushback. There is no pushback. Like, I'm right in front of Anna's face. And this is like, this is really good because Reina's used to like these kind of situations. But look, I'll do back 2, down forward 1, it just whiffs. Like, she doesn't even do anything. She's just standing there because of the pushback. But this now has no pushback, so it's really nice. So a move you can just throw out, and then you can also pressure your opponents with after. So that's really good. But another thing, this is the main thing that I think is like really good about this buff. So typically what I like to do, and a lot of Reina players do, is like go for these Heaven's Wrath Oki enders. So this is like an example. So that's back 113 into Sentai 1+2, and then she's left in Heaven's Wrath to that. And then basically what you would do is you do Heaven's Wrath 3+4. So basically, if the opponent stays on the ground, they'll get hit by that Heaven's Wrath 3+4. So to avoid that, you just stand up like Anna just did. But now, even though Anna like she stands up, it's still in Reina's favor because she's plus. But before, she used to be -5. So that meant, you know, Reina's lost their turn, and it gives the opponent the chance to like get out of the wall and start their own pressure. But now it doesn't even matter. Even if they stand up and block it, even if Reina doesn't even land the Heaven's Wrath 3+4, it's still her turn, and she can pressure you with down forward 1. And it's even easier for her because she's at the wall and she has like pretty good wall pressure. So that's an insane buff. And like, I'd really recommend you guys to learn this combo. And instead of Heaven's Wrath, I mean, instead of using Sentai 1+2, I'd use Sentai 2 because the new transition. It's a bit less minus on Oki, which is better, and I think it does more damage as well if I'm not mistaken. So you hold down, it's the same thing. It's the same thing as Sentai 1+2 but better. So look at the Oki, man, insane. So I think that just the pressure at the wall is even scarier than it was before. So yeah, I'd really recommend you guys to start using this combo. Alright, so now we're gonna go into Reina's Heat. Now this has been buffed quite a bit, and I guess this is like an unrelated like system change, because basically all these characters who had like a low heat smash, Reina's one of them. So there's like Joan and like some other characters, they had a heat smash, like a low heat smash from a stance. But what they did in season 2 is that they, instead of making a heat smash, they just made it a move that you can do in heat. So for example, this is Reina's season 1 heat smash. You can see that it used to be heat smash, but it's not anymore. And you can tell by that, look, it doesn't deplete my entire health bar. I mean, my entire heat bar, sorry. You see that I still have heat left. So technically, I can do like multiple of these. Like I can run up and do another one. Look, I did that. I did 2 of them. That's insane. That used to be a heat smash that depletes all of your heat bars. So that's really good. And I think this is like, it just makes Reina way more scarier in heat. As I think now it gives opponents more of an incentive to duck, and then that obviously like opens up the opportunity for Sentai for Heaven's Wrath 2 into a combo. So that's really good right there. It's still, you know, very threatening. Obviously the downside to this low is that it's -17, so it's launch punishable, so be careful about that. But you know, it's really good. It breaks the floor, does a lot of damage. It's scary. It's gonna encourage people to duck, so that's a really nice change that Reina got. And the other one, you guys probably saw this, alright? Down to 1+2, like it's the move that like gives you a flashbang. I don't really don't like the effects, like it's painful. But you know, it is what it is. It's +10, I think without the stance. I actually don't know how to cancel it. It manually, like not manually, it automatically goes into Onsoki. So yeah, I actually don't know how to cancel it from here because you can hold back, but that goes into Onsoki. But I mean, Onsoki is a really good stance. We've already talked about why Onsoki is like really good. So you know, that's alright. But the thing is, I don't think you're gonna be using this much in neutral, because look at the range of down 2. Even though it supposedly got buffed, like the range is trash. You're not gonna land this much in neutral. So it's like whatever. But I feel like where this actually shines is in combos. So that kind of brings me on to the next like kind of Reina change that I want to talk about, is her like combos. So a general change across the board is that like most characters have received like these strong tailspin moves where like you can basically get more damage and wall carry. And this is kind of insane for Reina because she's a character that's already had a lot of wall carry. Like I'd say that was one of her strengths, like wall carry. She's got really good wall carry, but now her wall carry is being improved with while standing 3-4. And also while standing, while running fall is also another way, like another tailspin move. But while standing free fall is the main like tool you're gonna use to increase your wall carry. So this is like a staple combo that a lot of raid players been using, including myself. So I'm gonna show you it right now. Oh, did I do the electric? Do some wall carry and then what the ender. So that's an example. 108 damage. That's just an example of the wall carry potential. Now where down 2 like fits into this is you know how typically in like season 1 you do like a combo like this. Just do a simple combo. So to get like the most damage you do like a heat dash into stomp, right? But where in this whereas now in season 2 you don't have to do that. So if I think this is do that same damage. I think did I do more damage? I didn't pay attention, but like you get like the same damage or even more, and you're not depleting your health bar. I mean your heat bar, because as you can see, I still have heat, and so you can just do more heat stuff, bro. You can get the same damage or more and still have heat. So that's why it's really good. I'm gonna try do a let me try do a combo. This work? Oh, there we go, there we go. That's an example of the two like the mechanics working together. Oh my god, so that's beautiful. You can see the potential. That's probably not optimal. I'm sure like eventually we'll find some better combos. So yeah, like yeah, I'm sure there are gonna be people that are releasing guides. But yeah, that's just an example. And also that wasn't without walls. I got 107 damage without walls. That's insane, but Reina could not do that before. Alright guys, so I think that's about it. I covered the main things. I know there's some things I might have left out, like she can do heat burst from that stance, Heaven's Wrath, and like let's see, she got some bug fixes like down for 1-2 and 2 till the 1, and what else? I think she got like damage nerfs with 1-2-2 and like 174. Some like little nerfs and like maybe some buffs as well, but those are like quite minor, not gonna really impact your gameplay. But the ones I mentioned in this game, in this video, are like the big changes, like the big new changes to Reina that are really gonna like change your gameplay and like you really need to know about. So I hope this video has been helpful. If you guys have any suggestions, then please leave them down in the comments below. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.